let me go back 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I divested my company to one of the ex-company to one of the Wallenberg groups, and I was looking for something else to do. And I saw a little ad about a meeting in Rhode Island about biomimetics. So I jumped on the plane. I bought a book on the stand, and the book said, The Medici Effect, from a young Swedish scientist from Harvard, who wrote about some fantastic, about the Medici family, who really brought science together during the 16 or many hundred years back. But it also had one section called the intersectional attitude to innovations. And that's something, a little bit what I'm going to illustrate to you today. I came to Rhodes, there was about 200 people like this, a lot of presentation from scientists, no one from the industry, there was no single person from industry. And one presenter got all the applause and all the interest. And I'm going to share with you a video from this scientist, not from the meeting, but from this scientist to late in the afternoon to at least have you to wake up a little bit before I go into presenting about 10 minutes about my company. So maybe this, I'm not sure it functions, but let's try. As an entrepreneur, I could see the interest. I could also see, as an entrepreneur, I could see the interest. I can also see the applications coming out of this. I think you mentioned earlier on the Velcro biomimetic technology, which is a platform technology with a lot of application. And it's been all entrepreneurs' dream to find a platform application which are unlimited. So anyhow, I went up to this scientist. I went to see him in Leeds the week after, and we signed an agreement, a licensing agreement with the university, and the company has been developing. This is one of the technology my company has been developing over the past 3-4 years. Following seeing the scientist, I went to Bionis. I had a session with Richard Bonser and the group at Bionis, and they were extremely stimulating. So at the time, I called the company LUL in Sweden AB, and I changed it to Swedish Biomimetics 3000. 3000 stands for year 3000 because I want to symbolize this is something very special. And he talked about this redwood tree, which is 1,000 years old. I'm not long away from that. So this is outline my presentation very shortly. The name of the company is Swedish Biomimetics 3000. I'm going to talk a little about something which I'm very proud of, which is called the V2IO Innovation Accelerating Model. It's a business model, how to bring innovation forward. And I was very intrigued to hear Ulf Karlsson this morning talking about value-added chains. That's exactly what I'm doing. We have already gone through the media attention. This Bombardier Beetle, a micromist that has created a lot of attention around the world. I will go through a case study, a micromist, very briefly. And then I will end up with something what I call the biomimetic bazaar. I think there's a wealth of opportunity for an entrepreneur out there. So the next one is... So the company was founded in 2004 to capture an innovative, evolving, and vigorous biomimetic market opportunity. I'm the founder, but I know 2 founders, and we are both serial entrepreneurs, me here from Sweden and one from Australia. We've done it before. We are working currently with 2 platform technology with unlimited opportunities, fantastic, 2 different areas. We have made our investment ourselves up to 4 million euros up to now. It's a virtual organization. I can back that in a second. And we do the development of the technologies outside the universities at bioincubator places in UK. This is the concept of the company. It's very simple. We take on the funding and fostering of biomimetic concepts at very early stage to the point where they are considered commercial candidates. We are not going to drive them to the manufacturing and sales. We will drive them up as an entrepreneur. And there was a question here before I went to this table asking about if an entrepreneur can make a difference. And I think it can make a difference. So the V2IO model, nothing brainy, nothing scientifically, intellectually, very simple common sense. Virtual. What is virtual? Well, the company uses the best technology, development organizations in the world to help us do what we do. The best lawyers to do the patenting, trademarks, the best accountants to help us. We have a group of people who do fantastic job for us in that. That's the virtual, to maximize, get up to speed, to do something quickly. And that is venture. Today, you don't hear people talk so much today about venture capitalists. You just talk about capitalists. But the term venture is a risk-taking. So the company is taking risk, but it's managed, and we know what we are doing. The intersection comes from this book, The Medici Effect. We see ourselves sitting in this section. I will come back to that in a second. Organization stands for what we call a starfish organization. A starfish, you know, it's when you cut off an arm from a starfish, it grows back again. And this organization, we are not 100% driven by projects or innovations. We also have another line business, and we just last week signed an agreement, a long-term agreement with I think one of the biggest companies in the world who have observed what we do. And this is a very complicated picture, but it tells you that the red, orange in the middle is Swedish Biomimetics. We see ourselves sitting in the intersection. On the top, you see the inventor. And it's very important to illustrate here that we pick up the concept from the inventor up on the top. We fund the first research and development at academia. When the invention has come to a certain stage, we take it out from the university and we place it in a bioincubator. You take this Bombardier Beetle micromist for the car industry. Of course, we place it in a bioincubator where you have the whole car industry, where 80–90% of all the suppliers to the car companies are. The other technology is the same thing.